How's everyone doing today? Um, I'm in my backyard on my patio. I've been annoying the crap out of my wife because I keep bringing myself out here because I actually can hear the birds singing. um, it was pretty unreal getting my gauze removed. They started with my right ear, which is the right side of my face is kind of my problem face. That's where I have the most damage. Same with my neck and my arm, my spine and my hip and stuff. That's where kind of the blast hit me the worst. And they were removing the packing from my ears, and I kind of freaked out because I thought for a moment I was in pain. And I grabbed the woman's, the nurse's arm because she was pulling out of my ear, and like it really freaked me out. And her and my wife were both talking. I was like, no, 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 it felt rough. And they both stopped and looked at me because I stopped the nurse from talking. And she basically said, Mr. Smith, can you hear me? I said, yeah. And then it clicked in my head because I actually heard her. Like, it was really, 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 really surreal. The odd thing, it turns out that my left ear is actually a lot better than my right ear, and they did a bunch of tests. I just heard that chirping noise. That's why I'm standing out in my backyard. Oh, it's so cool. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. Oh, every time. I'm sorry. I am getting really distracted. Um, Crazy thing is, my right ear I can hear around 70%. It's my left ear, which is my quote unquote good ear, because I actually have like the structure for an ear. I don't have like um, the outer ear part on the right side. It's completely gone. My left side, it's still there. Like left side of my face is pretty normal. But it turns out that's the side that has really bad damage or concussion and stuff. So I got to get fitted for hearing aids for both sides. But they don't have to repair, or they don't have to compensate as much on the left side as the right side. But oh, it was so cool, man. So it's hard to describe. Hard to describe. Like at one point, my wife covered up her mouth and she started talking to me, and I could talk to her. Like, oh, my wife's got the most beautiful sounding voice. Most beautiful sounding voice. I think everybody in that room got emotional. Like me, my wife, and even the young lady that was like the hearing specialist. The same woman that did the hearing test on me, like weeks ago. And like, I was annoying my wife to no end. Thank God she drove me to this appointment because I was gone. I was absolutely gone. I was turning on the radio, flipping channels, and hearing pop music sucks. It's totally off to what I'm used to remembering on the radio. I think I was still in grunge, hearing grunge music last time I could hear, but oh my God. At one point, my wife had to turn off the radio on our car because she's like, I don't want you blowing out your ears. You keep turning it up because I still don't hear very well. But it was so cool. We went home, and at dinner time, we told my son, hey, we had I had a surgery, boy. Try talking to me. Cover up your mouth. And my son's been doing that ever since, where he's got to talk a little bit loudly, but I could actually hear him. Like, oh, it was so cool hearing my boy's voice, kind of thing. I also found out because My boy knows that I was in a African French-speaking country. That he's been trying to learn French because I do remember him saying to me, like, hey, Pop, where were you? And I told him where I was, and, like, what do they speak there? And I'm like, because he was looking on Wikipedia or something. I'm like, well, they speak French. He goes, you speak French? I'm like, no. And then apparently he said to Mom, do you speak French? And of course, my wife's from Poland, so somehow she speaks every flippin' language in Europe. And I guess she told him yes. And then he decided, well, I want to learn French. So my 9-year-old's apparently been talking these last couple of weeks in French to my wife, learning French from my wife. So now I'm dealing with the fact that even though now I can hear my son, he's been talking exclusively in French to my wife, or his mother, both. It's been surreal. I can't describe it. Friday, I get fitted for hearing aids. Because right now, if anyone's to the left side of me, I can't hear it at all. And I'm still getting used to the sound. My voice sounds so flippin' weird to me. Like, I went back and I listened to some of my YouTube videos, and it's really hard to describe. When I talk, I kind of hear one thing, and then when I hear the playback, it sounds so utterly alien. I actually was... I went to the office this week because I had to do some stuff for work, like pay or expense account things. And I saw my boss, and I started talking to him, and something happened where I looked away for a second, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Smith. I know you didn't hear me." I'm like, "No, I heard you." He's like, "What?" "Yeah, I heard you." "Oh, I didn't tell you. I had the surgery." "Yeah, I got my ears kind of quasi fixed." So yeah, no more of you talking to me and covering up your mouth and then sending me to Sub-Saharan Africa, and I'm surprised. I know what's happening ahead of time now because I can actually hear you. So really exciting, man. Really, like, just, oh my goodness. It is hard to describe. Hard to describe. It's weird. My voice is no longer like vibrations in my head. It's coming from over my right shoulder, and it's because I can hear myself. It's driving is so much harder now because I can hear things around me. Like it's so hard to focus on things because there's so many different sounds and shit. I just, my Lord, I cannot describe this. God bless my general practitioner. God bless the ears, nose, and throat surgeon. That wonderful woman, the ear specialist. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This whole thing, I had such a negative attitude because I'm like, this is just bullshit. Like, my goodness. I don't even want to look up when they figured out they could do this because I'm gonna get pissed at myself. If I find out that I could have had this done like 5 years ago, I'm probably gonna really want to beat up myself. So I'm really looking forward. Friday, I'm getting fitted for hearing aids, and I'm just imagining what I can hear moving forward. It's just like, man, oh man, I am so lucky. I am so blessed. It's just been weird. And I'm sorry if you're looking for Leticia content. I've not been on the internet. I haven't done anything. Like, I've just been kind of ghosting everything. Oh, God. My wife is probably getting sick of me standing out in the backyard just listening to birds because I found out that I can hear trains apparently from my house. Never knew that. So, this has been amazing. Just undescribable. I'm sorry. I know the average person doesn't give a shit about this, but This is so cool. This is so freaking cool. Just hard to explain. I know I'm missing a lot of stuff, but when I get fitted for hearing aids, I'm gonna go visit some family, and it's gonna be very weird because they haven't seen me in like 18 plus years where I could hear anything. Be interesting. I think I might play dumb and just see what they say about me. No, that's not true. This is so cool. This is so flipping cool. Oh God, bless the VA. Ah, it, I. It was so hard. It's so hard to come to terms, and it's so hard to describe. Like couple of weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, I can't. How is this even possible? How is this even possible? Like, just wow. Wow. I can hear, I don't know if it's wind, it might be like, I'm not sure what I'm hearing, but I'm hearing something like in the far distance. And it's just like, I can hear weird noises. Like it's been weird trying to go to sleep at night because I can hear things. It's been so weird. I, like, I have discovered my wife very lightly snores. And it's so cool to know that. I can hear her when she like moves in the bed and stuff. Like, that's so awesome. Oh, my wife's got a beautiful voice. I gotta learn to talk right. I'm still struggling with that. I'm not used to hearing my voice. That's been really, really hard. I kind of discover how bad I am at pronouncing things. Oh, my kid's got the greatest voice. We were playing his video game machine, and like I could actually hear it. I could hear the TV. Like, it, oh God, so many cool things. I'm still getting used to like a lot of things. It's weird. Like, I find being in the shower, the noise of the shower head is a bit uncomfortable and stuff, but it's totally worth it. Radio. I haven't heard a radio broadcast in so long. I can hear the weather report without looking on my phone. It's so cool. It's like, I cannot thank these doctors and nurses and everything. I just can't. But I digress. I'm being a wuss. So it's all good talking to you guys. Be safe. Take care of each other.